Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with another World War II veteran letter reading. These are letters that I get through Scott Masters. He is a history teacher up in Canada, and he likes to interview World War II veterans as well as Korean and Vietnam War veterans, and really just veterans of uh, all wars and conflicts from his home country of Canada or from the US or UK or wherever else. He's reached out to many people and just asked um, if they'd be willing to sign some letters that he's compiled, like these pictures, uh, this kind of collage, and like a summary of them. And I've supplied him with some stamps and supplied him with some addresses and some people to contact as well. And he just sends them my way. So it's really cool. I'm really appreciative of what he does and his willingness to even take that extra effort to do that. And what I like to do is, we're trying to do on Wednesdays, when I get a good amount of these in, is go over about two or three letters and just read about these veterans. Um, so this first one is going to be Joseph Palamaka, and I'm going to be doing it this way today because my face cam on the computer is not working for some reason. So not entirely sure why it's doing that, but we'll try it this way. So um, as you can see, this is his photo. We can see well. At least it won't be backwards like it does in the base cam. So there's that. We got a signature down below here. But Joseph Palamaka was born May 9th, 1926, in Sapolmal, a village not too far from Krakow, Poland. His parents had a small farm there, though they made the decision to relocate in Sarnkonsi near Lviv a few years later when they purchased a larger farm with an orchard. As Joseph was the oldest, he worked on the farm to help support the family. Joseph was 13 when the war began, and his family lived in what would become the Soviet zone of occupation. Many of the Poles in life were arrested and sent to Siberia, and that included Joseph's family too. They lived in terrible conditions in Siberia for about 2 years, and Joseph's little sister died there. Oh, wow, Siberia. Just because they were Polish, it's just messed up. There's a lot of Jews in Poland too. Quite sad. Just the atrocities that happened then. But his sister died there while his parents worked as forced laborers in the forests of Siberia. Stalin eventually made a deal to let the Poles leave Siberia, and Joseph and his family began their fateful trek south to Persia, with Joseph as part of Anders' army. The journey was difficult, and Joseph's father died in Persia. They continued on, arriving in Palestine via Iraq. Joseph was training and going to school at different points along the way, and he opted to join the Polish Air Force during this time. From Palestine, he boarded a convoy and went to England, where he learned engine repair, and that led him to Squadron 303, where he would spend the rest of the war servicing the Polish Kosciuszko Squadron's Mustang fighter aircraft. The men of the 303 played a critical role during the war from the Battle of Britain all the way to 1945, escorting bombers and defending Britain from the V-1 flying bombs, and Joseph kept those planes in the air. The end of the war saw great disappointment from the Poles in Britain. It became clear that they weren't going home, and they felt betrayed by Churchill's actions at Yalta. Still, Joseph stayed in England for about 10 years, working and going to night school and getting married. In 1955, they decided to immigrate to Canada. With his technical skills, Joseph built up a successful business, and he and his wife raised their family, new immigrants who found their place in post-war Canada. Joseph Palamaka was interviewed by Stephen Sidebotham at his home in Port Lambton, Ontario in July 2023. We thank Joseph and Stephen for sharing this with the Crestwood Oral History Project. Wow, it's a pretty cool story. Lots of tragedy. I don't have any Polish, uh, technically veterans. In a way, he also served in the Royal Air Force, so British. So you get a Polish and British connection and Canadian connection there. So that's really cool. World War II. So that's really awesome. So thank you for your service, Mr. Palamaka, and thank you, Scott for sending off to him. It's really cool. Next up, we have a not World War II, Vietnam War veteran. So there's pictures there. It says Ray Emilio. He signed down here, served 1966 to 69. So this is just a shorter one. Ray Emilio grew up on Pittsburgh's north side, and after graduating from high school, he attended nearby Duquesne University. Like many students, Ray could have and should have paid a little more attention to his studies. It was only a matter of time until he was asked to leave school, as Father McAnulty suggested in his suspension letter to Ray to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. Ray's unattended exit from college led him to the Navy in 1966, at the invitation of the draft board, of course. After basic training, Ray became a hospital corpsman and served aboard the USS Wasp, or CV-18. For a while until the Marine Corps needed him in Vietnam. As a combat medic in country with the 3rd Marine Division, Ray served in the thick of it, and that included time spent in Khe Sanh during the terrible siege. Ray returned after his tour of duty, reassuming his life where it had been interrupted. He was ready for school and work this time. And he wrote a little note that says, Caleb, I'm happy to send you, I'll try my best to read it. Happy to send you this, I think it says this greeting, and appreciate your willingness to study history. By understanding our past, you can then better understand what is happening today, and also have some idea of what might occur in the future. Best regards, Ray Emilio, United States Navy and Marine Corps, 1966-69. So, really cool. So we have a World War II veteran and a Vietnam veteran. And lastly, I think I've already covered her, but we can go ahead and read it again. This is May Cryer. I feel like I got her earlier, so this might be a duplicate, but I'm not sure. She was also she was making some Rosie the Riveter masks, as you can see right here in the picture. So you can get those from her if you like. So let's see here. All right, so May Cryer was born March 21st, 1926 in North Dakota. So she's got a birthday coming up. She grew up in the rural community of Dawson in that state. She recalls that the times were tough. The 1930s was the Depression era, and for the people of Dawson, that meant the dust storms and unemployment. May's father was able to find work in the town's grain elevator, and that was enough to keep food on the table. May went to school where she recalls a minimal education. She was 15 when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, and in short order she saw the young men of her town leave, and not long after the young woman left too. As the call went out for Rosie the Riveter, May went to Seattle with her sister and a friend, and they found work in the massive Boeing factory. May stayed out there for the duration of the war, doing her bit. She was involved in the production of B-17s, the Flying Fortress bombers, which helped to deliver victory to the Allied forces. May learned the essential industrial basics, riveting and bucking, and she also dealt with some of the indignities of the time, lower pay, and sexist behavior from some of the male employees. She also had a good time when she was not working, often dancing with her friends. She met her husband during this time too, and the two of them began jitterbugging, the start of a lifetime of dancing. He was initially stationed at Camp Pasco in Washington, but they eventually moved back east, beginning their civilian life together and making their mark in post-war America. May became politically active in her retirement, working tirelessly to have all the Rosies remembered and commemorated, and she succeeded in bringing a Congressional Gold Medal to that cause. So very cool. So you know what? I don't think we did cover her, so that's really cool. So let's look at the pictures again. There's her signature down there. Really cool. So we got a Rosie the Riveter. We have a Vietnam War veteran. And we have a Polish/English World War II veteran. So I'd say that's a pretty cool video. So let me know what you guys think. It'll be a while before I do more of these because these are the last 3, so we are all caught up. I guess the next one will be season 3, if we get any more in. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. Thank you again to Scott and Todd DiPastino from Veterans Breakfast Club for getting me in contact with Scott. Just in general, just for watching those live streams. Didn't mean to bump that. There are links down below to both of those gentlemen. Thank you to May Cryer, Joseph Palamaca, and Ray Emilio for your service. I really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate what you did and what you are doing. And these will be treasured and awesome additions for the military and World War II autograph collection. I always like flipping through that every now and then, and sharing that with others. And I hope this video can help keep their history and their story alive. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you have a great day. My mom and I are gonna go hit some thrift stores up today. It's Wednesday, so it's been a while since I've done something with her. So we're gonna go and try and have some fun, and maybe I'll find cards. You never know. I don't need any more, but we all know how that goes. So I've been also listing up a store of several cards as well. So check out the eBay store if you're interested. I'm trying to price them cheap. Got some for free shipping. Got some with paid shipping. It kind of depends on the card and how many and all that stuff. But I guess a shameless plug on that one. But I guess if you're interested, I also still have tons more I need to add to it. So, all right, I'll let you guys all go. Hope you have a great day. Bye.